Hello, in this video we will do architecture review of two films, Nayakan and Basha, to understand how a particular script structure should be chosen for a given story. But before that, let's recall what Nicholas Wirth, who designed popular computer language Pascal, very famously said about designing programs. He said, a programmer has two choices. One, he can make data structure complex, then the algorithm becomes simple in program. Alternatively, one can keep data structure simple, then the algorithm will become complex. How is it related to our discussion? Wait, we will come back to this in a minute. Nayakan has a simple linear structure. As co-travelers, we witness the entire lifespan of the protagonist. No twists, no revelations, no shocks, nothing here. Simple narrative. In contrast, Basha begins by painting the protagonist as a simpleton. We are told again and again that there is something more to the man than what we see on screen. In a whistle-worthy moment, the reveal happens and we are treated with glorious flashback. We come back to see how he does what is expected from him. Slowly increasing anticipation and a major flashback holds the narrative together here. Now we will come back to this. What does this say about script architecture? Well, we can interpret this as a commentary on film style. Basically, there are only two ways of designing scripts, character driven or plot driven. To understand this better, let's do a thought experiment. What if Nayakan had Basha like structure? That is, what if Nayakan had flashbacks and suspense moments? Well, there was much scope in the script for this. For example, when daughter confronts Nayakan, he could have defended himself with a flashback about his growth. Or when his grandson asks him, there could have been a long flashback only to come back to the climax. In fact, this format is used in his own film Hey Ram. But this structure does not look good, right? Similarly, consider Basha as a linear narrative. Oh no, it would rob us from all those thrilling moments. So, what does this mean? Well, as we saw earlier, there are character driven films and plot driven films. Nayakan is a character study, so we should travel the journey with him. So, the structure should be simple, as we should be busy reading his mind. Plot twists are a distraction here. Similarly, Basha is a plot driven film. There, character cannot be multi layered. It's a single note character. The viewer wants him to do that role ASAP, and each twist which leads to it is worth it. So, the linear structure will be boring here. But before we end, a small point. Remember, we said Nayakan in Basha structure is not workable. Actually, somebody recently tried this, Malik. But as we said earlier in a separate video in this channel, the result of this hybrid structure is not so very satisfactory. So, in summary, focused character study should have simple structure. Complex plot structures should be driven by simple characters.